In this video, we're going to go through on Chun Public School End of Year Examination 2024 Math Primary 5 Paper 1. Booklet A. Let's get started on the first question. So it says here, what is the value of the digit 7 in 70,489? So in this case over here, I'm just going to write down 70,000. 7 is in the input here. 7 is in 10,000, right? So 7 is 7,000. Okay, I'm going to do just 70,000, and then we're going to plus, and then from here we're just gonna do 400 plus 80, and then plus 9, and you get the answer lah, right? 70,489 in this case over here. 4, yeah, like this. So in this case, that's what you see over here. 70 is 70,000 lah, right? So there you go. The answer should be 70,000 in this case, right over here. So it's option number 4. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. So what is the missing number over here? So we have 8 and 2 as the numerators. So what is 12? So in this case, from 8 to 2, we divide by 4, right here. And then 12 divided by 4. So what is 12 divided by 4? Okay, and this is equal to 3. So that means the answer to this is 3. In this case over here, we're going to put as option number 3. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Okay, so in this case, it says in 4.312, which digit is in the 10th place? Okay, so 4, right, is basically in the what place? Ones place. Okay, 0.3 is in the, so common mistake is 1th place, so this should be the 10th place. Okay, and then 0.001 is in the 100th, right, place. And then lastly 0.002 is in the 1000th place. Okay, so which one is in the 10th place? 3 in this case over here. So that means the answer is 3 again. Okay, so option number 3 for question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. Okay, so it says here, how much water is in the container shown? Right, so I'm going to draw some lines because easier to see. So we have one line over here, then we have one line over here, then we have one line over here, and you see the other lines. That's what you see over here. So I'm going to draw another line like this. Okay, so in this case, right, we want to see how many gaps. Okay, so number of gaps, right? Okay, so we want to see how many gaps, right? So in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have 10 as well. Okay, so in this case, we will see there is 10 gaps. Let's go to 1 liter, right? Or in this case, it is 1000 milliliters. So now we have, this is 3. So 1 gap is equal to 1000, right? In this 1000, and then we divide it by 10, 100 milliliters. So 3 gaps is equal to 3 times 100 is equal to 300 milliliters. So the answer to this is 300 milliliters, which is option number 4 in this case over here. All right, very good. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Okay, Madam Aisha baked 200 cupcakes. She gave 70 cupcakes to her neighbor. What percentage of the cupcakes did she give to her neighbor? Okay, so in this case, we can just put, right, 70 and then divide by 200, and then she gave, right, so then we multiply by 100%, right, in this case over here, right, so times 100%. Okay, we put the line as what you see over here. Okay, so in this case, oops, right, so in this case, this would then be equal to, so we can cancel the two zeros, right, and then the 2 zeros. So 70 divided by 2, so it's basically 70, then divide by 2, and then multiply by 1%, which is basically 35% in this case over here. So for question 5, the answer is option number 2. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. It says here the figure below shows triangle J, K, and L, right? So given the base is LK, right? The base is LK, right? Which of the following is the corresponding height? So if the base is LK, so I'm just gonna draw the line like this. Okay, and then from here, that means this part, okay, is dotted, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna put here as dotted. That means this part over here, oops, I'm gonna put a line like this. That means this part is the height. Okay, so in this case, base and height is perpendicular to each other. Okay, and that's about it. Right, so perpendicular, I think easiest sense is this, right? This line, basically this line over here, right? Okay, and then we have another line like this. Okay, and we put a rectangle like this, perpendicular lah. Huh? All right, so yeah, there you go. So the answer in this case is M and J, right? So or J and M, which is option number 2 in this case over here. Okay, let's move on to question number 7. Question number 7 says here, the table below shows the temperatures of cities A, B, C, D. All right, when Faisal was at some of these cities, the temperature was 10 degrees. Name the cities. Okay, so that means lowest temperature. Okay, so lowest temperature. So if temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, right? That means lowest temperature must be more lowest temperature must be less than 10 degrees, all right? And highest temperature must be more than 10 degrees as well. Okay, so in this case, lowest temperature must be less than 10 degrees. So with this is lower than 10 degrees. This is correct. And this is correct as well. Sadly, the other two in this case is not. Okay, right? And then the rest are also equally okay. So highest temperature, okay, everything is good, right? So in this case, that means the answer is A and D. Right? I'm gonna put in circle. This is A, green. Gonna put this as green, and then A and D. So the answer to this is number 1. That's what you see over here. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Which of the line in the square grid is parallel to A and F? Okay. So what you can do is you can use two rectangles, right? Something like this. Two rulers lah, right? So one needs to be aligned to the parallel as what you see over here. So I'm gonna just align like this, something like this. Okay, something like this. And then you have another ruler, okay, that you can align to something like this. Okay, so what you can do is you can slide these two lines together. Okay, so you just need to align like this. That's what you see over here. Okay, and then from here, let me just put this as red. You can just slide down. So is it aligned to B and E? Nope. Is it aligned to C and D? Yes, it is. Okay, so in this case over here, A and F and B and E, I'm gonna put like this, right? And I'm gonna put an arrow, slide this down, correct? Okay, I slide this down, right? So use two rulers to align to line A and F and slide it to see which line is parallel. Okay, in this case over here. So in this case, the answer is C and D lah, right? So that means this is correct, C and D for question 8. Let's move on to question number 9. Okay, so which of the fraction is greater than 1.5? So what we can do is we can get the convert, or when comparing, convert all numerators to the same, to the right, in this case over here, to the same number. So by getting lowest common multiple of 1, 4 and 3, which is dot 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 12. Okay, so we're comparing fractions. Cover all numerators. Okay, so in this case over here, half over here is basically, so we need to get numerators to 12. So here is just times 6 for both, times 6 and then times 6. And what would this become? This will become 6.5, right? Okay, so 6.5. So I'm going to convert all of these fractions into numerator. Sorry, this is 12. My bad. So 12. So all numerators must be 12. So 12. So this will be 12 out of 24. Okay. All right. So I'm going to convert all of these numbers to 12 for their numerators. Okay, so I've added a couple of things over here. So two things, I've converted all the numerators the same. So number one and number two is that higher the denominator, the smaller the fraction. So you can visually see, right? 2 out of 3 is the biggest, 2 out of 6 is smaller than 2 out of 3, and 2 out of 12 is the smallest. So basically in this case, needs to be, so greater means need denominator fraction must fraction or denominator must be, in this case, let me make this smaller, must be smaller than 24. Okay, denominator must, okay, correct, yeah, denominator must be smaller than 24. Then that means the answer is 2 over here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That is for question number 9. Okay, so hopefully this explanation makes sense. Let's move on to question number 10. Right, so I know this is taking a lot of space, so gotta move this to the top like this. Okay, let's go to question number 10. A, B, C, D, and C, D are straight lines. So what is E, right? So in this case, opposite angles are the same. So that means I'm gonna draw this like this, right? This will be also 87 degrees. That's what you see over here, right? So this whole thing is 87 degrees. So that means for angle E, right? Angle E is equal to 87 minus, not 97, 7 minus 44. This will give us 8 minus 4 is 4, 7 minus 3 is 3. So 43 degrees. Okay. Right. So the answer to this will be option number 1. In this case over here. Right. So that's for question 10. Let's move on to question 11. Mandy bought a roll of ribbon and used 0.75 meters. She cut the remaining ribbon into 10 equal pieces, each 25 centimeters long. What was the length of the ribbon at first? Okay, so we know that piece, one piece is an anime, right? Is equal to 25 centimeters, which is also equal to 25 divided by 100 equal to 0.25. Okay, why is because this is meters, right? So 100 meter is equal to 1 cm, right? 1 cm, then yeah, then that means 1 centimeter is equal to 100, no, no, 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter, right? So then 1 centimeter is equal to 1 divided by 100. Okay, and equal to 0.01 meters in this case over here. Okay, so 125 centimeters is 25 divided by 100. Then we have 10 pieces is equal to 25, no, 0.25 times 10, which is 2.5 meters. Okay, and then total will be 0.75 plus 2.5, which is 3.25 meters in this case over here. So the answer to this question 11 is option number 3. Okay, let's move on to the next question, question number 12. Okay, so it says here the ratio of Emily's age to sister age is 1 is to 3. In 4 years' time, their total age will be 36 years old. What is Emily's age? Okay, so I'm going to draw a model so it's easier to see. Okay, so the ratio is 1 is to 3. So you got 1 and then you have 3. Okay, so now in 4 years' time, we need to add 4 years. All right, so it looks something like this. So you have 4 and 4. So in 4 years' time, their total age, right? In this case over here, will be 36 years old. 36. Okay, so what is Emily's age now? Okay, so that means 4 units is equal to 36 minus 8, right? Or 4 minus, oops, 4. And this is equal to 36 minus 8 will be 28. Okay, so 1 unit is equal to 28, and then we divide it by 4, which is 7. So the answer to this is 7 years old. Yay! Yep. So to just add on, this is 1 unit, 1 U. Okay, great. And then this is 3 U. Okay, so hopefully this makes more sense. Okay, let's move on to the next question, question number 13. So it says here the average of 4 numbers is 99. The sum of the first 3 numbers is 315. What is the fourth number? So basically, we want to get a total numbers, total value, which is equal to 4 times 99. Okay, so which is how much? Okay, so I'm going to give you a hack, right? So 4 times 99 is equal to 4 times, and then we put bracket 100 minus 1, correct? So that means this is 4 times 100, so 400 minus 4. Okay, then this will give you 396. Hacks of the day. All right, so yeah. Okay, so 4 times 100 is basically 400 minus 4, and this is 396. So fourth number is equal to 396 minus 315. Okay, and what will be the number? 96 minus 15 is 81. All right, so for question number 13 is option number 2. There you go. Next one, question number 14. So Farmer Lee had some apples and oranges. He sold 1/3 of the apples and 1/6 of the oranges. 3/7 of the fruits were oranges. What fractions of the fruits were sold? All right, so first let's do this. Okay, we work backwards. 3/7 of the fruits sold were oranges. So you see here, 3/7. So 1, 2, 3 is sold. So this is total sold, and then the last is apples over here. So this is what we see. Then yeah, so we have 4 units for apples. So now it says here 1/6 of the oranges were sold. Okay, so that means 1/6 of oranges is sold, which means this will be 3 units. So I see here. So once your oranges is sold, so this is sold. I'm just gonna put here sold. So 6 out of 6 of oranges, right? Which is basically 6 times 3 is equal to 18. So this is the total, right? Okay, then we go to the apples. 1/3 of the apples were sold. So 1/3 of apples is in this case 4 units, right? So maybe I'll just put here lah. Okay, 4 units. Then orange, I don't know if I could put 3 units, This will be bracket 7u. This will be bracket 3u. Okay, so let me just put like this. Yeah, that works. Okay, so 1/3 of apples is then 4 units, which is also sold. And then same thing, 3 out of 3 of apples is basically 3 times 4, which is 12 units. This I'm going to put units as well. And this is the total. Okay, so that means total units of fruits is 18 plus 12, which is 30 units. And then we also know what's the sold lah. Okay, so in this case, fraction of fruits sold is equal to 7 divided by 30, which in this case is 2. There you go. All right. Okay. And lastly, let's move on to question number 15. Okay. So John went to a bookshop to buy some stickers. For every 35 stickers that John paid for at the bookshop, he received 5 free stickers. John left the bookshop with 520 stickers. What's the least number of stickers he paid? Right. So first, basically, I would say one group of stickers is equal to 35 plus 5 equal to 40 stickers, right? Okay, so stickers. So then that means number of groups, okay, is equal to 520, and then we divide it by 40. In this case is 52 divided by 4. 52 is 8. No, it's not 8. 52 is 16. 16, right? So I'm just like calculating what's 52 basically. So it's not 16. It's 13. So if I were to like calculate from the division standpoint, right? So I'll put here 4 and then we divided by 52. Okay, so 4 minus, right? Minus 4, okay. And what will this give us? Okay, this will give us 1 on top. And then blah, 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 yeah, this will give us 12. So 1, 2, and then we minus 12. Okay, so that means this is 3. Okay, in this case over here, right? So yeah, okay. Okay, makes sense. Okay, in this case, and let's put 0 over here. Okay, so it's 13. So number groups is 13. So this number group of stickers with free stickers. Okay, go for these stickers. So what's the least number? I'm gonna put my workings way below. Whoa. Okay, way below like this. Okay, so number stickers, that means we just have uh number of stickers paid, which is basically 13 times 35, or number of free stickers, easier, 13 times 5, which is 65. So number of paid stickers is equal to, then we have our total 520, and then we minus 65, and this will give us 455. Okay, and the answer to this is 455, which is option number 3. And that's it. That is for paper 1A. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down what other things you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.